and society, organization and the market, war and peace, and by extension, interdisciplinarity. In higher education, and obviously, Campus is saying it's particularly true for a land-grant institution, especially so for a land-grant institution with a motto of ut prosim, and even more so for an institution with a brand of invent the future. The limitations of our legacies as 19th century institutions are increasingly apparent as we engage ever more directly with this rapidly changing world. I mean, to some of you, 1975, I was there. One or two of my colleagues may have been there. It may seem a long time ago, but it's the very beginning, potentially, of a long sequence of change. And as we grapple with that, we're confronted with problems of a different dimension, much more complex, multi-scalar, and a term that a lot of people use to describe these kinds of problems are wicked problems. And again, I'm not going to go through in laborious detail, but these are some of the attributes of wicked problems. They're problems, as I said, that involve complex and multi-scalar interdependencies that are difficult or impossible to solve because of incomplete, contradictory, and changing requirements. They're often difficult even to recognize. Each one is essentially unique. They can be considered to be a symptom of another problem. Solutions to wicked problems are not true or false, but better or worse. The effort to solve one aspect of a wicked problem may reveal or create other problems, and they have no stopping rule, and so on. These are among the examples of wicked problems that are often put forward, but they can come at all kinds of scales. The point, of course, is that they call for interdisciplinarity, or multidisciplinarity, or transdisciplinarity. As Dean DePaul mentioned, at Virginia Tech, as in many, or at least some other research universities, we've begun to remodernize around these ideas. And among the examples here are in fact, happily, the sponsors of this evening's event: ICTAS, the Fralin Life Science Institute, the Virginia Tech Carillion Research Institute, the School of Biomedical Engineering and Sciences, the Institute for Society, Culture and the Environment, the Institute for Creativity, Arts and Technology, and the Virginia Bioinformatics Institute. And I would include, of course, the graduate school was probably our most interdisciplinary administrative unit on campus. All of these are truly interdisciplinary, not only in conception, but also in organization, and more importantly, operation. And now we're here to celebrate the first interdisciplinary day at Virginia Tech. And very shortly, and I believe it too, the first of what will be annual interdisciplinary days around the country and beyond. It's under the auspices of the students that Dean DePaul introduced. I won't ask them to stand again, but I would like to reiterate my appreciation for their vision and leadership, that they've made this venture a reality, and we're here to witness it this evening. So that will conclude my remarks, and I just have to warn you that we now have to work for our supper. So Nina and Ivan, I think, are going to come and tell us all about that. I look forward to working around the tables here as you're doing your work, and I'll do my best to be a fair and honest member of the judging panel. Thank you.
Hi everyone. This is Nina. And this is Yvonne. And we're going to introduce you to the workshop, so to the fun part. thank you, Paul Knox, for giving this very inspiring talk. Hopefully it'll help guide us throughout this evening. It's not supposed, can you all hear me in the back? Yes? It's not supposed to be work, it's supposed to be fun. It's supposed to show you all the possibilities that are around you. Well, you must have noticed that we've divided you into tables, and you may know people around the room, and hopefully all the people that you know are in different tables other than yours. We're not mean. We didn't do that to make you feel alone. We wanted to make sure that every table has as broad a spectrum of disciplines as possible. So, of course, this is mainly an engineering school, so there are many engineers in the room. But there are some philosophers, hopefully, if they showed up. I don't know. Some people from the humanities, and we tried to basically divide everybody into the tables. So hopefully, not only you'll be able to use your creativity to create something new, but also meet new people who you would otherwise not meet. This is a very large campus, so it's good to take advantage of these opportunities. You want to give some specific?
Yeah, so can everybody hear me in the back? Now to the specific part. So in the center of your tables, you basically have questions, which are the modern day wicked problems, which we are about solving. Please choose one question from that list to work on tonight, because you won't have too much time, you will just have about an hour's time. We would like you to come up with a proposal that first addresses and tries to solve the question that you chose. Then second, integrates all the disciplines around the table, and that's the fun part. That's where it goes. That's where it goes. That's where the interdisciplinary starts. And then third, in a brand new way. So use the poster boards you see at the back. Basically, every poster is marked with a table number, so everybody has a poster. You have several sheets of paper to experiment with. Use those posters to set up a presentation of your interdisciplinary solution, and make sure that on the upright corner of your poster you have all the disciplines which are around your table included, and somehow mark how those disciplines contributed to the solution you arrived by the end of the evening. So, good luck.
I'm in charge of giving the inspirational notes while he talks about the boring parts. So we're hoping that you'll try to integrate the basic insights of your disciplines. Do not try to make this a multidisciplinary work. We've all learned all the terms, the terminology. We're trying to be interdisciplinary. We're trying to create something new. So use the basic tools, the basic knowledge that you know from your discipline, and not specific tools from each discipline. It's kind of hard to explain, but if you have trouble, we're going to be roaming around the room and trying to help address these issues. Basically, what we want you to try to do is to attempt to cross the boundaries of each discipline to come up with your solution. We expect you to write the most interdisciplinary panel possible. Money's not an issue. We're not going to pay you for this. This is not a proposal for NSF or NIH or anybody who cares about money. Money's not an issue. Neither is practicality. This is a theoretical exercise. Be bold. Be creative. Be creative. Be creative.
Be creative, please.
So do not feel restricted by legislation or regulations as well. If you want, you can use this exercise to criticize legislation, but don't feel restricted by that box. Yeah.
Okay. Timeline. So in about basically you have till 7:45 you have time to develop your proposals. In about 30 minutes or so, we'll start asking you guys table by table to go for the dinner. The only reason we do that is for us to avoid the huge, like it happens sometimes, you have a huge tail of people waiting to get their drink and eat. So we'll just make sure that, everybody gets fed. That's a bad word, but still. And so, yeah, start working basically now, and expect us to be around, and we will be helping you with any way we can.
Just a few more before we'll let you go. But anyways, we are going to have the judges walk around at the end. Feel free to work through your dinner. If you're done with your poster, feel free to walk around the room and look at other people's solutions. Every table has a different set of problems. We have been through a tremendous amount of time thinking, coming up with these questions. So we hope you have fun addressing them and looking at how other people at the other tables try to address their problems. Feel free to mingle with people on other tables, but when you're being judged, make sure that there's one person from your group and on your table explaining it to the judges. You're going to be judged on creativity mostly, but other factors as well. You're given permission to use the internet, computer, whatever you have at your disposal. You can if you want to. We don't want to restrain people. And we would like, since we know that there's many people on your table who you don't know, we would like to propose a little icebreaker activity. So, Jordan, can you come over here so we can demonstrate? Sorry. So, basically, their name for it. It's yes but, yes and. I don't know if you have done this at conferences before, but it's a fun activity. So one of you will come up with a sentence, whatever it is, and then we'll go around the table, and each person, the next person will say, yes, but. So they'll come up with a sentence that disagrees with what you just said. And we'll go around the table once, and when it gets back to you, then it goes around the table once more, only twice, saying yes and. So then you're giving an idea in agreement with what you just heard. So we'll give a demonstration. All right, I'll start. I think this activity will be very interesting.
Yes, but I hope the crew doesn't.
Yes, but I thought they were going to feed me first.
Yes, and they are. I think there's dinner tonight at some point.
Yeah? Oh my gosh. No. See, that's how hard it gets, and you're all supposed to do that. Yes, and they will have, they'll be having drinks as well.
Yes, and I'm looking forward to working with people who I don't know, who aren't around me every day in my office.
Kind of cheated there a little. Please say your names as well and what you work with. That will be very important for your activity tonight. The idea of this icebreaker is that you understand the value of communication within different disciplines, disagreeing and agreeing, and doing it all in a very collegiate way. And we hope you enjoy. Thanks.
Yeah, and one closing thing. It's fun, people. It's meant to be. So just go ahead, you know. Yes and, yes but, whatever.